Welcome back, dear learners. In the first part of this lecture, we explored the types of rural products and the different promotional strategies for rural consumers in India. Now, in the second part, we will highlight into real world case studies from Amul and ICT's eChaupal to Hunar Haat and HUL's Project Shakti that exemplify these marketing principles in action. We will also explore the critical concept of unique selling propositions or USP, a key differentiator in rural product marketing. We will learn how brands like Ghadi Detergent and Tata Salt use simple yet powerful USPs to build massive rural appeal. Our first case study is Amul, the taste of India. Talking about product and context, Amul is a dairy cooperative born in 1946, grew into India's largest food brand, jointly owned by 3.6 million rural milk producer in Gujarat by 2020. Its products like milk, butter and cheese reach consumers nationwide. In terms of target market, Amul's market expanded from urban milk drinkers in 1950s to all of India's consumers across urban and rural areas, catering to all ages and regions through a vast distribution of network, over 10,000 outlets and agents. Talking about promotional strategy, Amul builds its brand on emotional appeal, consistent branding and grassroots trust. Its iconic, utterly butterly delicious Amul Butter Girl advertisement, launched in 1967, are recognized as world's longest running outdoor ad campaign. This low budget, high impact campaign built immense brand recall and goodwill. Amul also used mass media with catchy jingles like Amul Doodh Peeta Hai India. Crucially, its cooperative structure meant every village milk producer become a brand ambassador, fostering trust and local pride. In terms of challenges faced, initially Amul had to convince scattered milk farmers to trust a new cooperative model over the middleman. Limited cold chain infrastructure and scaling up distribution were daunting. Cultural aspects such as branding a rural product nationally were also novel. Discussing on the outcome and impact, Amul's strategy transformed a rural product into a national household name. It spearheaded India's 1970s White Revolution, making India the world's largest milk producer. As of 2020, GCMMF's annual turnover crossed rupees 38,500 crores, approximately US dollar 5.4 billion. The Amul Butter Girl ad helped Amul Butter capture around 85% of India's butter market, demonstrating how cooperative marketing and consistent branding can overcome rural-urban divide. Our second case study highlights the power of digital initiatives, that is, ITC's eChaupal, empowering farmers with a digital marketplace. In terms of product and context, launched in the year 2000, ITC eChaupal is a pioneering digital platform improving agricultural marketing. Instead of a physical good, the product was a new system for selling rural produce designed to make the supply chain efficient and farmer friendly by providing real-time data and direct procurement. Talking about the target market, the initial target was soybean growers in the state of Madhya Pradesh, later expanding to other states and crops. It focused on remote rural communities that lacked up-to-date price information, eventually serving over 4 million farmers in 40,000 villages. Talking about the promotional strategy, ITC's promotion was about selling a new idea. They appointed a respected local farmers as sanchalaks or the operators of each e-Chaupal kiosk, building community trust. Providing free informations like mandi prices and weather forecast was an immediate incentive. Messaging emphasized convenience and efficiency, highlighting how farmers could sell produce at a fair price in their village. The narrative of digital empowerment blended innovation with familiarity, giving farmers a sense of being part of cutting edge movement. Discussing the challenges faced, rural infrastructure like poor connectivity and power supply was a barrier. Convincing courteous farmers to trust a computer screen was a hurdle in the year 2000. Resistance from traditional middlemen also needed to be managed, sometimes by integrating them into new roles. Finally, in terms of outcome and impact, eChaupal widely cited a pioneering model. By 2020, it expanded to over 40,000 villages with 4 million farmer users. Farmers experienced improved price realization and lower transactional cost. ICT benefited from a loyal supply network and reduced procurement cost. The success of eChaupal has made it a model for others, influencing government policy like eNAM platform. It demonstrated that promotion in rural market can successfully revolve around efficiency and empowerment by blending technology with local touchpoints. Let's look into another impactful initiative or case study. HUL's Project Shakti, leveraging women entrepreneurs for FMCG distribution. In terms of product and context, it was launched in the year 2001 by Hindustan Unilever Limited, HUL. Project Shakti aimed to tap into vast rural population by recruiting rural women, mostly from self-help group, to become direct to consumer sales agents, which is also known as Shakti Ammas. The product was HUL's portfolio of low-cost FMCG items bundled with a micro entrepreneurship model. In terms of target market, it targeted underserved rural villages with small population, that is under 2000 people, where formal retail was weak. By 2020, Project Shakti grew over 1.2 lakh Shakti entrepreneurs, covering 5 lakhs plus villages and reaching 3 million households. Talking about promotional strategy, Project Shakti combined promotion with grassroots distribution. Community-based sellers, that is Shakti Ammas, went door to door, offering personalized promotion and explaining the benefits in local languages, leveraging their deep local relationship for trust. HUL offered customized product packs and pricing such as shampoo sachet for rupees 2, allowing villagers to try brand affordability. Shakti Ammas organized local events and demonstration at Heart and women group meetings, providing visual aids due to low literacy. HUL also promoted the initiative's social impact and empowerment narrative, highlighting how women doubled their household income and gained respect. In terms of challenges faced, logistical challenges included restoring the supply chain to reach far-flung dealers, training largely illiterate women. Business was addressed with pictographic modules. Initial hesitancy from husbands to local leaders was mitigated by working through SHGs using respectful local titles like Didis. Maintaining consistent supply in remote areas required creative end solutions. Finally, talking about the outcome and impact, Project Shakti is hailed with win-win model. It contributed to significant business growth for HUL, with rural sales rising rapidly and adding thousands of crores in revenue. HUL brands dynamically increased penetration in villages. The initiative had a measurable social impact, with over half of Shakti women reporting improved family nutrition or ability to send children to school. Unilever replicated this model in countries like Bangladesh and Nigeria, demonstrating its global potential for inclusive marketing. Let us talk about another case study, that is Hunar Haat, showcasing rural handicrafts through fairs and digital platforms. Talking about the product and the context, Hunar Haat meaning skill market. It is a Government of India initiative launched in the year 2016 to promote traditional rural products, that is handicrafts, handlooms and local cuisines, by providing artisans a direct selling platform. These are large exhibitions held in various cities, essentially bringing the rural market to the city. Talking about the target market, the promotion targeted both rural artisans to improve their earnings and urban and semi-urban consumers to generate demand for crafts. By 2022, Hunar Haat events were held in over 30 cities, attracting massive crowds. The 40th Hunar Haat in Mumbai saw over 20 lakh visitors in 10 days. It provided a platform to more than 9.5 lakhs artisans, over half of whom were women. Discussing the promotional strategy, Hunar Haat used a mix of traditional fair marketing and a modern e-commerce. The primary strategy was organizing physical exhibitions, fairs or melas that were heavily publicized, often inaugurated by celebrities and designed with cultural festival atmosphere. Artisans performed live demonstrations, attracting visitors and marketing products through storytelling. Direct access and B2C marketing allowed artisans to sell directly, bypassing middlemen and earning full value, which is a key promotional feature. In response to the pandemic, digital promotion and e-commerce were integrated with a dedicated portal, that is hunarhaat.org, and the tie-ups with major platforms like Amazon, Flipkart, promoted as a virtual Hunar Haat. The initiative also benefited from a strong government endorsement and branding, emphasizing authenticity and empowerment. Discussing the challenges faced, logistical challenges included transporting artisans and their goods across India and the language barriers. Sustaining sales beyond the events was addressed by e-commerce integration, though artisans' initial lack of digital literacy was a hurdle. COVID-19 disrupted physical events, necessitating a shift to virtual platform, ensuring benefits reached the most marginalized craftsmen was an ongoing challenge. Finally, discussing about the outcome and impact, Hunar Haat has emerged as a significant platform for rural artisans, providing employment opportunities to over 9.5 lakhs artisans in about 7 years. Many experienced substantial income boost. It fostered social inclusion, with over 50% beneficiaries being women and a sizable number from the minority communities. It has also helped revive dying arts by creating demand by creating the availability of authentic rural products for urban dwellers. The model's success is evident in its expansion plan, with dozens of Hunar Haat scheduled annually, inspiring similar initiatives like One District, One Product. It effectively combines traditional and modern channels, bridging the gap between rural producers and wider market. After having a discussion on the key case studies, let us now discuss the vital concept of unique selling propositions or USP in rural markets. A USP refers to the distinctive feature, benefits or messages that sets a product apart from competitors and provide a compelling reason for consumers to choose it. While crucial in all markets, its execution in rural areas demands a careful adoption to suit the unique socio-economic, cultural, and infrastructural realities. Rural India is a diverse and evolving consumer segment. However, due to lower income level, limited media exposure, and region specific preferences, promoting products require clear, simple, and value driven communications. This is precisely where a well crafted USP becomes essential. Conceptualizing a USP in rural marketing means designing a message or product feature that appeals to the basic needs, cultural values, economic considerations, or emotional aspirations of rural consumers. Unlike urban audiences who might be influenced by brand image or status symbol, rural consumers are most inclined towards the practical benefits, affordability, trust, and ease of use. Effective rural USP typically focuses on first, the functional advantages. It includes such as water purifiers that don't require electricity. Second, affordability or cost saving. Think small sachet of shampoo or detergent. Third, trust and credibility, which is achieved through product trials or locally respected endorsements. And fourth, cultural or emotional relevance, using vernacular languages slogans or local heroes in messaging. Designing a USP in rural India is not just a strategy, it is a necessity. A clearly defined USP helps in creating initial awareness. It captures attention in market where word of mouth and local influencers plays a major role. Second is driving product trials. A compelling USP that connects with real need prompts rural consumers to try a new product. Third, build long-term loyalty. Once the USP is proven through experience, it fosters repeat purchase and brand advocacy. Fourth, differentiating in a saturated market. For categories like soap or tea, a clear USP sets a brand apart from a low-cost competitors. However, there are challenges in designing USP for rural markets. The first and foremost challenge is low literacy and media reach. Most rural consumers rely on visual, oral, or experiential cues, so complex text or foreign languages branding may not be effective. Second is price sensitivity. Rural markets are highly price conscious, meaning even the best of USP may fail if the price point is not affordable. Third is cultural diversity and regional touch. A single USP may not work across India's vast rural expanse, often requiring customization to local values and languages. Fourth, skepticism, and trust deficit. Rural consumers are generally cautious buyers, and brand loyalty is hard to win unless USP is demonstrated or backed by trusted sources. Let's examine a classic example of a powerful USP in rural India, that is Ghadi detergent. Talking about the context, Ghadi detergent was launched in the year 1987 in Kanpur, Uttar Pradesh, entering a market dominated by brands like Nirma and Surf. However, its manufacturer RSPL Group identify a large untapped rural consumer base that was price conscious and sought tangible proof of quality. Talking about the USP strategy, Ghadi's core USP was encapsulated in the famous slogan "पहले इस्तेमाल करें, फिर विश्वास करें," meaning try it first and then believe in it. This message directly appealed to the rural consumers' skepticism of advertising and their preferences of first-hand proof. Ghadi offered affordable pricing compared to competitors, quality performance comparable to leading detergents, free samples to demonstrate stain removal effectiveness, trust through experience rather than just promotional claims. Talking about promotion in rural areas, Ghadi distributed free or low cost trial sachet at hats, melas, and through door to door campaign. They utilized wall painting, rural audio, and folk theatre for promoting, engaging local distributors known to the community. They avoided expensive media spends, focusing instead on high frequency rural touchpoints. Finally, talking about the outcome, by 2016, Ghadi has surpassed both Nirma and Wheel to become the largest detergent brand in India with over 22% of the market share, primarily due to success in rural and small town market. This demonstrated the power of an experienced brand USP in building trust and loyalty. Our final case study on USP is Tata Salt, that is Desh Ka Namak. Talking about the context, launched in the year 1983, Tata Salt was India's first national branded iodized salt. At this time, salt was largely sold loose and unbranded, especially in the rural markets, and consumers were unaware of the benefits of iodine. Discussing the USP strategy, Tata Salt's unique selling proposition was rooted in purity, consistency, health benefit. It positioned itself as Desh Ka Namak, the nation's salt. The key USP elements included: first, iodized and refined salt promoting health and preventing iodine deficiency disorder. Second, purity assurance with triple refined vacuum evaporation technology. Third, national pride associated with trusted Tata brand. And fourth, affordable pricing, initially slightly higher than loose salt but delivering more value. This USP appealed to rural household increasingly become health conscious and associating Tata with quality. Talking about promotion in rural areas, Tata Salt undertook multi-layered campaign targeting rural consumers. This included grassroots awareness programs in villages about iodine deficiency, use of wall painting and local radio jingles in regional languages, participation in Anganwadi and school health drives, and partnership with NGOs and rural health workers. They also use small 1 kg and half kg packets to suit rural price points. The Desh Ka Namak tagline carried strong emotional appeal, linking national duty, health, and family well-being. Finally, talking about the outcome, Tata Salt quickly gained consumer confidence across India, including rural markets. As of 2023, it holds over 25% of market share in the 7,000 crore Indian packed salt industry consumed by over 800 million people monthly. It has consistently been ranked among India's most trusted brands, demonstrating how a strong, health oriented USP combined with localized promotion can establish market leadership even in basic commodity segment. To summarize, this unit explored the nature, classification and promotion of rural products in India, emphasizing their critical importance in a country where over two-thirds of population reside in rural areas. We categorized rural products into agricultural items, dairy products, handicrafts and FMCG goods, highlighting how each caters to unique socio-economic conditions of rural consumers. We outlined both traditional and modern promotional strategies from arts and folk media to digital platforms like eChaupal and eNAM. Through case studies on Amul, ITC's eChaupal, HUL's Project Shakti and Hunar Haat, we saw how customized approach can empower producers, build trust and create strong market linkages. The concept of unique selling proposition in rural market was addressed, underscoring the need for value-driven, culturally relevant messaging. Real-life examples like Ghadi detergent and Tata Salt demonstrated how a simple experience-based USP can drive trust and product acceptance. We also acknowledged challenges like literacy gap, regional diversity and infrastructural limitations while showcasing how community partnership and government support can enable successful rural marketing. Ultimately, understanding these applications provides a comprehensive overview of how products are positioned, promoted, and accepted in India's lively rural market. That's all we have in this video lecture. I wish you a joyful learning. Thank you very much.